Tom, go ahead.
Push the start button.
We are 12 to 12.
All right. You now a few days, you've been more time to get ready. How are things going now in this process?
Yeah, good. Lots of people were, wishing me a happy 4th of July. I had no idea it was 4th of July yesterday. Just because you're in the grind. And, my wife Trish called me and she's like, "Are you doing anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm kind of working." And she's like, "Yeah, I forgot how this business was. You just have to roll straight into the next one and not a lot of time to celebrate, but that's how it is." So
Is it good to have one more day to be not playing till Sunday this week?
yeah, I think that's going to be a big advantage for us. And hopefully we can recover and regen. And it's, still 3 games in a week essentially. So it's going to be tough. But so far, especially looking at the guys today, feel like mentally and physically, we're in a good spot.
So,
Or you can keep going. Okay.
I was just saying, so you could see, could you feel a change in the team?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what change you're talking about, but I think you could see that the team felt alive and in good spirits. It's been a long time since they've had a win, and for the first time when you come back into the facility and the vibes are pretty high, so that was great.
And did everybody come through okay? Leuven wasn't out there.
Yeah, we're getting Leuven checked out. But what I've heard really quickly is that he should, it's nothing too serious. So we just got to make a judgment. I mean, there's lots of guys we need to make calls on to how hard we can push them in that 3rd game. And so he's one of those guys we just have to decide, do we start him? Do we not start him? Or do we not play him at all? Based on how he's feeling and based on the medical team telling me what they think I should do.
Is this based on that play that happened right at the end when he came out?
Yeah, it was just, he was right before that. He said, he hit a ball. He was a little tight before that and he just felt a little twinge. So just trying to be really mindful of taking care of him and making sure that in this short time frame, we're not doing something that would harm him long term.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah.
Obviously it's awkward because he's sitting right there, but can I ask you about John Klein and his contributions to your team?
Yeah. I thought Johnny had a great game. I really liked the connection between him and Jose. We kind of asked them to have the freedom to interchange at times. I liked it when I was watching it live. When I watched the game back yesterday morning, I was even more impressed. You could see those two communicating a lot to each other. And when you have, I always call that good mobility from a team. And when you have guys who can interchange positions and have good moments of the interchanging of runs, and it's hard for the opposition. I think it unbalances them. And you could see that happen a lot just between Johnny and Jose specifically. But really happy for Johnny. Thank Kevin Kalish again for giving me a good idea to put him in the middle. And it worked out pretty well.
Brendan?
Hi, John. How have you navigated Sam's situation from being basically not on the roster for multiple matches to being back on it and being able to play on Wednesday? What was that like the couple days leading up to it?
We just had a really serious talk, and Sam was great in that. And said, here's what I expect. I'm going to be demanding, but if you're on board, I'd love to have you. And so he was great in his response, and he's been good in training and in the locker room. So I think it's an opportunity that, quite frankly, he's willing to take, and I was willing to give him. We need him. We're thin. That's no secret. Have injuries, and so I think that's a positive for all of us when we could collectively get everybody together and agreeing that him with us is better than him without us.
Santi?
Hey, coach. On Wednesday, the team looked more comfortable with the ball, like more patient to find the spaces. Was that based on what San Jose offer, or are we gonna see more of that in the next few games?
I hope we see more of it. There's always every coach has differences, right? And so when we talk about our philosophy as a club, I don't think we're going to get along far away from that. However, like I would love when we have the ball that I use the word unbalanced. We would unbalance our opponent with good movement off the ball, but really good ball movement. I also think it's an excellent time to dictate a game. You can also save energy at times so that when you're ready to repress, you're really ready. Watching the first half back, I was really pleased with how we did that. I thought we put them under as much pressure with the ball as we put them under pressure when they had it. So I hope we can build on that.
And with Jaden Reed having his second appearance, is he in consideration to maybe signing with the first team?
Yeah, he's in consideration.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
I'm kind of
thanks,
curious
John.
what else we can ask on that kind of front. Your time this week as the interim manager, how has that played with your role as technical director? Are there things that you're having to delegate that from your other role to spend time as a manager?
Absolutely, but the best way to answer this is that Lutz called me at 6:45 yesterday morning and had, his normal 6:45 phone call, laundry list of things he wanted me to do. And then I went back at him and I said, hey, I think we should sign Jaden Reed, And so I'm not giving away too much, am I?
Because we
don't know his
answer.
Yeah. My point is, without giving away the answer, is that that's how it started. And that's the way Lutz and I kind of interact as sporting director, technical director, trying to make decisions on players. So while I would like him to back off a lot on that, he's relentless. I don't know if you guys know this, but he doesn't. We have a running joke around the place that if he calls you once and you don't pick up, he's going to call you again in about 10 seconds. And then if you don't pick up again, then you're going to get a nasty text and then another phone call. So the answer is yes, I'm still doing both technical director and head coach, but I am trying to delegate a lot.
On the field, kind of playing off of Santi's question about how the offense worked. Players like Indiana Vassilev, Jose Kojima, you had said that you were playing their positioning to leverage crossing, weaknesses that San Jose showed. Does that indicate a little bit that their roles may change matchup to matchup, or did you like what you saw enough that that's kind of a consistent thing they might be seeing more of?
The best way to answer that question, I think, is to say that I would do all of it. And meaning this, that, we had an idea to put crosses in. Indy's excellent service on the left, Jose's excellent service on the right. However, they're both, players that love to come inside too. So that gives us the ability to either bring them inside when we think that's going to be how we're going to try to play an opponent, or to go outside. I thought the couple of the interchanges where Jose came in and Johnny went out worked just as well as just leaving, Jose wide. I thought Totland getting forward also gave us a really good option so that Jose didn't have to be that guy serving the ball, but now Tots was that guy. Jaden didn't do that as much, but he got off one excellent serve, one he overhit, but that's when you can get your outside backs to almost play the dual job of winger and providing the width. That's excellent. So I guess I would think that they have capabilities to do all of those roles, and it's just going to depend. Colorado's in a different setup, so I don't know that we would ask them to serve the ball as much as we would or did against San Jose, but they have qualities that I think we can employ them in similar positions and they would be all right.
On Colorado, having just played them so recently, is it looking at that tape and what you need to learn based on how you performed there, or has Colorado shown something different since the last time you played?
No, Colorado, I think, has played very consistent. And it's a very similar style to what we try to implement. So, it's going to be can we throw a little wrinkle at them? Can we take advantage of things we see? And I'm sure they're doing the same. Chris Armas and Ian Sarakin, I know really well. They're excellent at their jobs. I know they're going to look at our last game, the last time that we played them. But I think both teams are going to be well prepared for this, and both teams are going to be on really short turnaround. So it's going to be a really good test for both teams. Can we not only execute our tactical ideas, but do we still have the energy to do that?
More?
Josh Yarrow out there today, what's his status?
He's good to go. Really so thankful to have Josh back. He's such an important player, but also, he is the steady leader in that locker room. So nice to have him back on the field, and missed him the other night. So looking forward to have him against Colorado.
Yeah. And how's it having Toyer out there?
It's fun. I mean, his quality is, he's a good soccer player, but he's also, I know Lutz and Bradley and I have said this before, but we try to recruit players based on character as much as we do on ability. And he fits in really well with our group. Good personality, kind of plays with a smile on his face. I like that from attackers, so good to have him out there.
Would you like to be the non-interim coach of this team?
Of course. But I mean, I'm not asked to do that right now. Look, I've been coaching my whole life. I started coaching when I was 22 years old. And I love it. It's the thing that I love aside from my family and football and cycling. There's nothing I love more than being on the field with the guys and everything that comes with this crazy job. But it's what I've been doing for 30 plus years. So sure, but I'm going to take it one game at a time and do the job that they've asked me to do, which is try to get this team heading in the right direction and to lead the group and manage it, and obviously add my wrinkles as a coach to how we play.
Are you still riding your bike to work?
Every once in a while, for sure. Yeah, I enjoy that. If I know I can't get my miles later on in the day, then I'll definitely ride it into work.
With the longer hours you're putting in, if that's
Yeah, coaching hours are weird though, like they never end. And so, if I have to squeeze a bike ride in, then I can do that. And it means I'm just working later in the evening or waking up earlier the next day. So,
Thank you, Joyce.
all right.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you.
Tom, go ahead.
I was going to ask you about Hack, but he's left the room, so we don't. Where does it, do you feel, does the team feel different now after getting that win on Wednesday, and raised spirits or encouragement, and with everything that went on with Brad's firing?
I think so, for sure. However many days it was without a win, just getting one under the belt's always good for the group. And I think especially just the way we played in it, it was pretty dominant, I felt, especially in the first half. And I know personally feel a little bit better about the whole situation, but I think kind of how Hack alluded to it, the vibes in the building were very good today when we reported back.
What do you guys have to keep doing going forward now?
I think just I don't think it's a new identity, but just reestablishing that identity that when this team plays, how well it can play. I think Hack is always going to add his little 2 cents and a little bit of a different style to the team. But just going back to what made this team so successful in the past. And that's, repressing and having that high energy out on the field. Though we were on the ball a lot in the first half, right when we lost it, I thought we regained it really quickly and were able to put them under pressure immediately. So it's not a new identity, it's just reestablishing it.
Just a couple of questions for you. First of all, that shot in the first half, Well, it was a great shot. Like for you, like off the foot, we are like, it's going in. Can you describe what the mentality was?
Yeah, I knew I was just right on top of the box there, and the center back kind of stood me up, so I just cut him. And in those moments, I think you're just trying to put it on goal and put it with pace and make it hard for the goalie. And I felt like I did make it hard for the goalie. I thought he made a pretty good save, but no, it did look like it was going top corner for a second. And that would have been a special moment, but it was a good save.
And for you, just if if you were on any MLS team, it would be exciting. But because it's St. Louis, can you put into words? Does it make it any different because you grow up in the state, go to SLU, the whole thing?
Yeah, I think it makes it completely different, just being able to play on Wednesday and my college coaches in attendance, my cousins, my family, so I got a text right after the game from Kalish just, telling me to keep going. So um I like having all those eyes on me, being able to see me. I think it makes just this experience I'm going through in this journey that much more special
Yeah.
with everyone.
And is there a certain player on City that you've gotten to know, maybe pick the brain of more than other players? Is there a certain guy? And maybe there isn't, but
No, I feel like I keep saying it a little bit just with Edu. I mean, he's just such a nice guy. And, for a guy like myself who was on City 2 for a year and a half, but to come into the team, I think he respects me, he values me as a player. And, a high level guy like that to just put his arm around me and want me to succeed, I think it makes me feel like I'm in the right place.
thanks.
Johnny, the reputation that City 2 has on the field success here for the last 3 years, obviously the last 2 with you being on it, it's really undeniable. What tools do you think playing on City 2 maybe gave you, maybe helped some aspects of your game, just having a chance to play there, and what it means to this club having what City 2's been able to do these last couple of years?
Yeah, I think just obviously the philosophies are the same and throughout the entire club. So learning them throughout the last year. But then personally, I think the next step in my development is just continuing to sharpen the tools of my game around the goal and creating goal scoring moments. And so the past year and a half, my goal was always to just see how many goal contributions I can get. 13 goals last year, I think 4 assists or something like that, and then was playing fairly well this year. It's just sharpening those tools for me. And because when you look around at the attackers in this league, I mean, they are elite at that, creating goal scoring moments. And so for me, it's just continuing to get better at around the boxes and either playing that deadly pass or finishing plays off, hitting the back of the net.
Do you think with how much you guys won at City 2, how that shapes you as a player? Obviously, you did a bunch of winning at SLU as well, but just giving you that winning mentality, how important do you think that was?
Very important. I think coaches look at that. Are you on a team that's winning? No one wants a loser. So I think just the winning mentality, I think has gotten me to where I am, I think just even in training, my competitive nature and things like that, I think that's what all the guys in this environment share. Just that willingness to compete, that willingness to push themselves that extra little bit to get the win. So yeah, no, definitely. I think this year, even the run that City 2's on, it's helped all of us get to where we're at.
Yeah.
Positionally, Hackworth mentioned moving you around this week. How have you taken to that? Is it kind of a callback to your SLU days and how you feel? And are you looking forward to that in going forward?
Yeah, I'll play wherever Hack wants me to play. He came up to me at breakfast the day before that San Jose game and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about playing you in the middle," and then kind of gave me what he was thinking. And I just said, "Coach, I'll play wherever you want me to play, as long as I'm on the field." So, even at SLU, obviously I did it, but at City 2, I would occasionally, start a game underneath or out wide, and I'm comfortable doing either. It's a little bit different. I'm just trying to find those spaces in between the back line and the midfield line, those red zones. So mentally, I think I have to be a little bit more switched on the ball, just trying to pick up those zones. But yeah, wherever he puts me out there, I'm just going to try to play to the best of my ability.
And in MLS in general, a lot of the focus now is growing through the academy, homegrown players, things like that. You've taken a little bit more of an old school approach, college, super draft, City 2, and then now getting a first team contract. How does it feel to kind of follow that path compared to what the popular thing is nowadays?
I would say I'm proud of it. You know, my dad's a college soccer coach. I think the college to professional pipeline is still very much alive. I think a lot of players are doing it still. And so, yeah, I knew from a very young age I was always going to play college soccer. You know, I was probably a late bloomer, some would call it. So I played 5 years of college soccer, you know, and every single one of those I think helped me tremendously. So I'm proud of it. And yeah, no, it's special.
Santi?
Johnny, obviously, you have been around the team. Last year, you got a few loans. Same thing this year. But on Wednesday, you look really comfortable out there, playing with Jose, with Indy, and the link-up play was great. What do you think has helped you adapt so quickly to the team and your teammates?
I don't know so much of what's helped me so quickly, but I can feel every minute I'm out there. I just get a little bit more confident. I have 5 games or something under my belt this year, and early on it was just sparing minutes at the end of games, but now 2 starts in a row. I feel like I really belong. You know, I'm linking up with guys. I'm showing the fan base, you know, the league what I'm about, what Johnny Klein can do on the field, and so I think just my confidence continues to grow. And of course, there's going to be setbacks. There's going to be difficult times, but I'm really enjoying these good moments right now, and I just want to keep it going.
2 more with Johnny?
How's it seeing all the other City 2 guys out there as well? It's been a big growth year for City 2 guys moving up.
Yeah, it's amazing. You know, in the City 2 locker room, we always feel like we can play at that level, you know, and it's easy to say when you're not there, but when you get there, then it's your time to really prove it. And I think Jay and Michael, you know, they've proved that that they can play at that level, that they deserve to stay at that level. So it's really awesome to see, and I think we're all really happy for each other, but it's just the beginning for us, really.
Yeah, Bobby was saying he's running out of guys. Like, I got 14 guys for the, you're making it tough for Bobby.
Yeah, yeah. I saw some academy guys training with them today, you know, so I think everyone's just kind of getting moved up right now, which is great. And that's what the idea of a club is.
With what you guys went through, this tough stretch, and you weren't there for a lot of it, but going 9 games without a win, what's the confidence level going forward as to what this team can do?
Yeah, I think like you said, it's just 1 game, but it shows what we can do, what we're capable of doing. And the San Jose game, you know, whatever people want to talk about the opponent was, at the end of the day, it's still an MLS team, and those guys are fighting for their careers, for their jobs, and we were pretty dominant against them. So let's hopefully that's the bar, you know, that's the expectation of how the team can play, and now it's just trying to chase it every day.
As a college soccer player, you're used to midweek games. How fit do you feel going into a game on Sunday?
Yeah, I feel really good. Now people keep asking me how my legs feel, but this is like a normal college season, you know, a Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. So no, I feel good. My body feels really good. And yeah, just keep recovering until the game.
Johnny, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.